So this week is a very special week. We are celebrating the 90th anniversary of President Cardozo, and Osesp decided to commission a piece for him to express our gratitude for everything he does and has done and will be doing for classical music in general in Brazil, and in particular for this organization and this orchestra. So it's a great piece playing with the German way of saying the notes. So he's using F, H, A, E, C, and it's the notes. So there's a theme like this, and it's little variations for solo violin and orchestra. And our fantastic concertmaster Emmanuele Baldini is going to play it. So a wonderful gesture to wish him a very happy birthday and to thank him. My original idea was to start the season in March with doing the 3 ballets in each week. Stravinsky composed the 3 ballets in 3 years, and this has changed the musical world. So as a symbol, I believe in symbols, I thought he took 3 years to compose them. We're going to play them in 3 weeks, one week each, and that would be the symbol of, the unlimited possibilities I foresee for Osesp in the future. And why these 3 pieces? First of all, I knew we were going to do a lot of Beethoven for the Beethoven year, and I thought it would be very important for the constant growth of the orchestra to be immersed in a radically different repertoire, just to develop other reflexes, other way of reacting to each other with the distanciation. And what a better composer than this, very young Stravinsky. He was incredibly young, he started before 30 to write Firebird, and he developed this very fruitful relationship with Diaghilev. And he was discovering after the death of Rimsky-Korsakov, his teacher, that he was actually a very inspiring composer, full of very new ideas. And all 3 pieces are full of different ways of being expressive. He was, of course, very inspired by his collaboration with Diaghilev. And this is helping Stravinsky to be inventive in a sense that he is writing things which have never been written before. And that's these 3 years were very special in the musical history before Rite of Spring. It's the same year, Debussy wrote a very important piece, Je, which was also premiered in the Champs-Élysées Theatre in Paris just before Rite of Spring, in total ignorance, like nothing happened. It's also the year of Pierrot Lunaire by Schoenberg, Amérique by Varese, all these pieces which have really opened the symphonic way of expanding and finding a solution after Romantism. Schoenberg tried already, and it's symbolized with Pierrot Lunaire, but these 3 years are really a turn in the century. Firebird this week after the Reaper piece is kind of end of Romantism. It's very romantic. It's a beautiful story about, a bird who is going actually to help a human to find freedom against Koschei, this very naughty, arrogant, powerful, populist person. And so I like very much the idea that the symbol of a bird, they try to capture the bird, he's in a cage, he's resisting, and then he's actually helping the prince, to be the way he needs or wants to be. Luckily, we are able to perform the complete ballets of Firebird, Petrushka, and Rite of Spring. Actually, only Firebird have different versions and suites. He wrote at least 3 different versions. And but we're performing because of this distanciation. It's quite incredible if you look in the program. Rite of Spring say, what? I thought we had smaller orchestras. So we have an arrangement for Firebird, which much less people. So we are rehearsing now, you can see on stage. It's very challenging. We have to look for the homogeneity, for the rhythmical precision, for the colors, for the balance, and it's very challenging, but it's good. It opens us to a new, fresh look on the piece. And for Petrushka, he wrote the big version 1911, and then he wrote in 1947 a smaller version, which we are using. So it's a complete music, but it's a bit less musicians. And then for Rite of Spring, Stravinsky wrote a version with less musicians in order to give all the little theaters in America who were performing it with ballet the possibility, because the pits of the theaters in America, are a little bit not very big. So he wrote a smaller version, but he wrote also that this small version has to be performed only in small pits and with dances. Because of the pandemic, Osesp wrote to the editor, and we asked for a special authorization. I'm sure we're not the only one in the world, but I tell what we did. And we asked them for understanding, and that we fully respect the original idea by Stravinsky, but that, we believe in the message, playing the 3 ballets one after the other, what it will not only bring as symbols to possibilities, but also to the growth of Osesp. It's very challenging for the musicians to play these 3 ballets actually in 2 weeks, because we play Firebird this week and Petrushka and Rite next week. So it's 2 weeks we play these 3 masterworks. So, and they said yes. So, the world, for all the wrong reasons of the world, has also created some miracles, like an editor who never said yes, said yes. So that's really nice.